right, everybody, here we are again. It's Lamont, my
And
wife,
Shay.
back for Keeping the Knot Tied podcast. So, I guess to start off, we gotta talk about the elephant in the room.
Right, it's just us two.
It's just us two. So, of course, when we first started doing the podcast, it was us and two other couples, Terrence and Alexis, and Kevin and Tam. It's been a long process, thinking about over a year ago when we really started doing this. And the main concept was, for us to have other couples so we can get those other perspectives.
Right.
'Cause we can feel one way about something, but other people
Definitely.
feel totally different. So it really made the dynamics of the podcast real good. But again, you haven't seen us for a while because, it's hard to get everybody together.
With scheduling.
Scheduling,
We have a lot of
lifestyles.
stuff going on. So Lexus and Terrence, they have major things like Lexus moved across the country.
She's in LA now. Hey, Lex.
Yes, and I miss her. I'm sad about it. But big things are ahead. She has done a lot while she's over there, so I'm super proud of her. So they're kind of like over there for a while, just kind of, newlyweds, just trying to figure everything out. So they moved, so they're no longer close by. She comes and visits, every once in a while, so that's still good. And then
Kevin and Tam.
they had a new baby.
Had a new baby.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yay!
That little girl.
Little girl. Beautiful little girl. And then they purchased a new home as well. So they've been really having a lot going on. So, totally understand it. Then, we have 3 boys. So with our scheduling with them and sports and working and everything, so it's just kind of hard to kind of get everybody together. So.
Right. So
Yep.
it's been a challenge, and people who watch the podcast, everybody has given us great feedback and say, "Hey man, y'all still need to do it. Y'all need to do something." Everybody, they really enjoyed the topics. We heard about people talking about in church groups and stuff,
Yeah.
and just people hitting us up, just saying the topics are so good and they really missed it. So for a long time, we've been debating if we was gonna bring it back or not. Should we do it by ourselves? And really, for us to be consistent, that's the only way we'll be able to really get it accomplished, if we are able to do it ourselves. We're shooting here at our home. We can take a couple, 30 minutes, an hour to come down and just kind of film, set some stuff up.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier than having people travel back and forth. Like I
across
said,
Atlanta and
none of us stayed, when we all 3 were doing it, none of us
We didn't
stayed
stay
close by. Everybody was like 45 minutes, an hour away. And so I know it'd even be even harder for Kev and Tam now that they got a little baby. So really what we want to do is we still want to have the couple aspect from time to time.
Right.
Where we may have Kev and Tam, we may have some other couples just come in once every blue moon, and
we can kind of get everybody's schedule.
Yeah,
Have
kinda-
some different couples and just kind of see people's perspective as well.
still keep it alive.
Yeah.
But for now, you just got us.
Just us right now.
We're gonna rock it and we're gonna roll it. Hopefully y'all enjoy it.
Yes.
And
I hope my eyes don't look closed.
it should be good.
I have a headache, so my eyes might look a little low. So
Yeah, we was
excuse me.
actually hosting last night, man. We had a little get together. We didn't go to bed we didn't get to bed till 4:30 this morning.
Yes.
So that's what kind of night it was.
That's,
And that shows our commitment. We're here
yes.
right now recording, saying, okay, we're gonna get this done
Yep.
and put it out to
Said
the
we had on our
people.
schedule to do today, so we have to do it.
Yeah. And starting off, if you're looking at this video now, it's Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's
Happy
Day
Valentine's Day. Happy
to
Valentine's
you. We
Day.
said it'll be a
baby.
great time. Happy Valentine's Day. We said it'll be a great day to release it on Valentine's Day, to
Yes.
come back, start brand new.
Yes. Awesome sauce.
So to start off, I said let's talk about Valentine's Day. That's one of the topics that I kind of had in mind. And to start off with Valentine's Day, how would you feel if you didn't get anything for Valentine's Day?
Oh, it would be all the popping.
Why is it on the popping?
Because you have got to get me some for Valentine's Day. Even though, I think now Valentine's Day is kind of like commercialized, and just it's out there, but it's supposed to be the day of love and giving and caring and showing your significant other that, that little extra special attention. So I would feel some type of way if you didn't give me anything for Valentine's Day. And you know I would feel some type of way.
What if I got you something, but just got you something small? Like,
I'll still be
not
okay.
going out
Small,
the way and doing nothing.
That's all I would.
Maybe like some flowers and a bear or something. That's cool.
Good. That's cool. I'll take that.
Because a lot of times women y'all have these huge expectations, like, oh, you should get all this kind of stuff.
But you said that though, because you get me a bunch of stuff.
I know, but
so if you pop around and be like, okay, I'm just gonna get her this, I'm like,
But
you normally get me like a whole lot of stuff for Valentine's Day.
But I want to change that narrative. I don't want to do that anymore. Because like you said, I believe like even with Christmas, all these holidays, it's
That's
like
true.
so commercialized. Like, okay, we gotta go this one day and get all this stuff. You know, and my thing is, like, if you've been gifted and you've been celebrated all year long, why I gotta do it on this one day?
Because it's the day of love, baby. And then, so how will you feel every Valentine's Day? What do I get you? Except when we moved to Florida, they didn't have it. Every Valentine's Day, what do I get you?
Some Bo-Berry biscuits from Bojangles.
Because why? They're heart shaped, right?
Right.
So what if I didn't get you? Knowing that I do this every year, what if I didn't get you those Bo-Berry biscuits?
That's fine.
It would not be fine. You would have. Really? You would be right. No, you would not. Even the kids know. Even A was like, Mommy, aren't you gonna get daddy those biscuits that's heart shaped? The sweet ones?
Yeah.
Okay, so you wouldn't be feeling some type of way if I didn't get you those Bo-Berry biscuits?
But that's fine. Like, we can show our love and our gratitude, get a little small stuff, but I'm saying we shouldn't have to go like, okay, I'm gonna spend $500 on something, or I'm gonna spend whatever on something when it doesn't technically really matter. When
so you try to give me a small present?
Yeah. I'm going to get you a small present. I just want you to understand ahead of time.
And I'm gonna get. What if I don't get you your Bo-Berry biscuits?
That's fine. I don't care. I'm not big on these things.
You're gonna be really in your feelings if I don't get you those Bo-Berry biscuits. I'm just saying, you really are going to be like, because you know that's the thing.
Those Bo-Berry biscuits cost $5. Not even $5, baby. That's no big deal.
But that's still the principle.
So
That's
I'm
my
saying,
thing.
you can get me. That's why I said I'm going to get you something.
That's the thing that I do, though.
I'm going to get you something.
That's my thing for you every year.
I'm just not getting you nothing big.
Okay.
So don't have the expectations.
Well, let's just wait and see what you get me for Valentine's Day.
Cause just think about it, right? I just bought you some shoes last week, right?
Yeah, but you do give like a lot. Like if you see, like, so I don't buy any sneakers. Lamont buys all of my sneakers, like like all my sneakers he buys, and they be legit like fly sneakers. So I can't even, I can't be upset.
Exactly.
I can't be too mad.
So just so you know.
Okay then.
We just starting to slow things down a little bit, so don't have any big.
Watch these coins.
Watch these coins.
Right.
Watch them stack up.
We'll see. But I think, I guess it just depends on the relationship as well too. But I just think it's the expectation that you give in a relationship at the beginning anyway. Like, are you the giver? Because some people aren't givers like that. Some people don't do those things. I know we don't go out a lot now for like Valentine's Day. We would like go out to eat and everything, and now we just kind of like we'll stay at home or we'll do something like at the house. With the children included. I remember that time we went to it was a while ago.
Red Lobster
with Abel for Valentine's Day. Never forget this. He was like,
I was in Florida.
He was little, like super. No, because we had Tyson. It was in North Carolina.
Oh well.
Because we didn't have Titus yet. We just had Abel. Remember? He was like little.
I feel like
so it probably was like. He was little because he kept talking. You remember that? And we felt so embarrassed.
That was at Outback.
No, that was Charlie's. But I'm talking about
that was Outback. He was cutting up
at Outback, but then
he was flying down the little seat.
It was
O'Charlie's.
He was cut up at O'Charlie's, but then we went to Red Lobster that time. You was like, you had picked him up. You like, I'm going outside. We had walked outside. He was like talking a lot. It was like Valentine's Day. And there was so many people in there.
I know what you're talking
about. Like a ton of people. Of course, Valentine's Day. Yeah. We were like, you know what, with these kids, And he wasn't even like, I don't think he was crying. He was just talking. He was like, yeah. It was like really embarrassing. It was super. Everyone was staring at us. So we kind of like, got back a little bit from it's crowded. So we just kind of, and we're right here around in Atlanta. So it's traffic, crowds, waiting and all that. We just kind of chill at the house anyway. So cool beans.
I think that makes sense too. You said too. You said it depends on the couple.
Yeah.
And like, so a lot of times, people don't have the opportunity to show people throughout the year. You can get real busy with your lifestyle and being real hectic, and maybe you don't get to show that extra stuff throughout the year. Like me, when I do it all throughout the whole year. So everybody can't. Everybody can't do it like me. But
Okay.
so you can go big on that one day when you don't do it throughout the whole year. So that kind of makes sense. But when you do it big throughout the whole year, you kind of scale back together. So anybody in the same boat as me, you can start scaling back. Start scaling back.
You can't if you keep it coming, you can't just scale back just because.
Again, that one day you can scale back.
No.
But you said also too. You said you wanted to talk about like you said your favorite Valentine's Day.
Yes. What was our favorite Valentine's Day? Do you ever like? What was your favorite Valentine's Day? Or what was your favorite Valentine's Day gift for me?
Favorite Valentine's Day gift.
That I gave you.
That you gave me? Oh, baby, I can't remember gifts.
Oh, really?
I don't remember gifts that well.
You don't remember any gifts?
Bowberry biscuits.
But then you say, oh, it don't matter if I don't get any Bowberry biscuits. You talking about Bowberry biscuits. Really, Thompson?
I don't remember what you got me for my birthday. My birthday was just a couple months ago. I don't remember gifts that well.
Oh, my God.
What's your favorite gift you got me?
I have a top two. So your memory is terrible. So back, it was like we weren't married. It was like back in the day. We didn't even have a kids yet. And I remember I had got you these. I think you dropped them away. These boxes with hearts on.
Oh my gosh.
And I thought it was just like the cutest.
They were silk boxes. Oh gosh.
I thought it was like the best gift ever.
They were nice. They were slippery. They get stuck in your crack and everything.
You remember those?
I remember those.
You threw them away then.
Yeah, they
threw them away a long time
silk.
ago.
It tears after a while, so I had to hold
That was
it
your
on.
okay.
I definitely
But I thought it was that was a dope little, it was a cute little gift. And then one year I remember I like decorated the I saw something like Pinterest is like the plug, and I saw this thing was like the five senses, like touch, smell. You remember that? And I decorated the room like the bed, and I had the hearts, and I had like different stuff like the smell, the massage oil, all that. Yeah.
I don't know. That was thoughtful.
Yeah, I put a lot of work into that.
Yeah, you did. That was good. So what's your favorite gift that I got you? I know you remember.
Okay, so kind of cheesy, but that big teddy bear, only because it's like it's been around forever, and you got it for me like a long time ago, and I just love it. Even though like it's in the way a lot of times, we have in the closet.
Is that the one I got sent to the school?
Big one. It was usually I sent to my job. So I was at work, and he sent me flowers. First, but you sent the teddy bear first, and then like the flowers come the next day or something weird.
That was like
because they messed up.
They
messed up the order. So like I was at work, and it was like the day or 2 days before Valentine's Day, and this big bear, like it just a big bear like a balloon. I was like, what is this? And I was like, oh, they messed up the order. So he was trying to play like, he didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, well, okay, why you say this big old bear? He was like, they messed up. And then like on Valentine's Day, they had sent the flowers. So I think it was all supposed to come at once, but it was cute though. And I had a thing, like it was so big, like it was sitting in my chair, like in my office. I just set it there, like, okay, just sit here.
That was huge.
It was so big, but that was like one of my favorite gifts just because it was like, I don't know, it's cute.
I guess I always think back to, of course, when we got engaged. That was on Valentine's Day.
That was an awesome Valentine's Day, yeah.
That was a big one. Probably.
Oh yeah, you remember that?
One of the most expensive because
he took me to like Virginia. Yep. He proposed.
We stayed where it was the Omni Hotel. Went out to this nice restaurant.
Mind you, we were like young, so but that was like a stretch. Like that was like the pockets got hit hard. Heavy hit hard for
got
that.
A rental car.
Cause we went to like we was like another state. We like took a little trip for the weekend.
Cause I got you some. Cause it was Valentine's Day. Did we go there on Valentine's Day?
We ate there on Valentine's Day. It was like a real low key.
So remember, like I had to get you something beforehand, so it looked like you had something.
Right.
Make something you had a good Valentine's Day. I can't remember what I got you. Probably was like some candy or something. Did I get you a purse?
No. You didn't do purse stuff until like we got married.
I know I spent some money. Like, man, I gotta buy some stuff just so I can make her good.
And then I was pregnant. We was dating this whole time. You remember?
We just found out the week before.
Found out the week before. He was already planning on like proposing and didn't know I thought I was pregnant.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, like the timing and everything. Yeah. I was pregnant with Avon.
So that was a good one.
I remember that was a real good weekend. The whole weekend was nice.
Yeah.
It was like we should go back. We don't even know the name of the restaurant. It was so long ago. It probably ain't even there no more. Like, it was a long time. What was it?
Yeah,
so we've been married for how? Yeah, ask your cousin.
So I
Yeah,
asked
ask
my
him right.
cousin.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, man, what's
He like hooked it up
I
with
said, what's
the
good
right.
hotels? What's a good restaurant? I gotta do it big this time. Right? So he gave me all the information.
Did he know you were gonna propose?
Yeah, he knew.
He do?
Yeah, I
Okay.
told him everything. Yeah. But that was good. That was good.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, so let's moving on
What's next?
to another topic. All right.
You have topics about?
So I said early this week I saw an interesting post on the Shade Room. And it was a guy. He was talking about marriage. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. I need my glasses because it's so small. And it said,
Where's the
it's upstairs. It says,
You want me
what?
to read it or you read it?
Huh?
You want me to read it?
You can read it. 'Cause I'm
You want me to
squinting.
read the whole thing?
Yeah. What is the brutal truth about life after marriage?
Lord help.
Life
Okay.
after marriage.
Okay, so it's, what is the brutal truth about life after marriage? So he's been married for 13 years, which is,
How long have you been? 12 years?
is Thompson, and it's about to be 13 in May. Your memory.
Yep.
You
So I'm in
talking-
the- I'm in the
you
same
talking-
boat as
yeah,
him.
like you know. Yeah, like I know.
I had to think about how old Abel was.
So, right, that's how we remember. So sex can become monotonous. I'm saying that word. Monotonous. See, I can't read. Sex can become
Monotonous.
Masturbation can become preferable at times, and cheating makes you feel horrible. Children can be really annoying sometimes, especially while babies, and you will sometimes secretly regret ever having them or having as many. And you feel guilty for having these thoughts. You and your spouse will argue over absolutely pointless and meaningless things, and the sight of each other will start annoying you due to built-up resentment that neither talks about. You will not want to kiss your spouse passionately. After a certain point, it becomes kind of like kissing a sibling. I don't know about that. You still have sex, you just stop kissing, except for the hello and goodbye peck thing. But you become attached to your spouse, and of course to your children, and there are good moments also, so you don't want to leave. So you tend to be in a perpetual state of unhappiness mixed with what feels like odd contentment. But it's really just fear of change, or what your kids or parents or in-laws or whoever will think if you divorce. Plus, nobody likes to admit failure. And most of this stuff you'll just hold inside and never tell a soul, while you smile for family photos and everyone thinks you're so happy.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's a mouthful.
That's deep. That is
That's a mouthful.
deep.
And I understand, like, after you get married, like the sex part, when children are included, it just kind of takes things to a whole nother level. Because it's like, with me personally, I am like, so I work full time, right? Come home, like, okay, so tell you my day-to-day thing. In the mornings, I get up probably 6:05, it just depends on my alarm clock when I want to wake up. I get up, I get I get one of my sons up, get him ready to go. He gets on the school bus. Then I get myself together, I get our 4-year-old together, I wake up my 12-year-old so he can get on the school bus after I take my 4-year-old to school because he goes to pre-K, and then I go to work. So I work all day, then come home, depending on what we got going on, what we do. I either we do dinner, get ready for the bath, or the kids most likely gonna have football practice, or football workouts, or basketball practice, or conditioning, because they're like these little athletes, right? So we do all that. By the time we get home, shower, figure out what to eat, because at this point, we don't eat out often. Like Fridays are our eat out day. We don't cook, but mostly during the week, I cook. I just grew up like that. My mom cooks every single day. So I cook, or if I have to ask him about sometimes, he'll try to figure some stuff out, but I have to tell him the day before or like in the morning. Because if I tell him like on our way home, he's like, man, I can't do it. So we'll do all that, and then by the time you lay down, 10 minutes later you sleep, right? Mm-hmm. So with us, I think the hustle and bustle of day-to-day life, it's a strain a lot on marriage for us personally. What I can say, I can't speak on behalf of anyone else, but I think it's like it's like I don't want to say understanding, but we kind of know, like, okay, we're in this together. Like we built this life we want. So I would never look at him as, what he say, as a sibling or not. I'm like, I know this is my
You're like
my
kissing
boo,
a
like my
sibling.
babe. Like, no, like we still gonna kiss and, you know. But the thing with Lamar is, might be TMI, but like, I am
No such thing.
like when I see I'm like, babe, you be looking real good. Like, you know, like, come on, give me some sugar. Especially like when he after work, he come home and he just lay on the bed. Like, he don't do nothing until later for like 30 minutes before he moves.
I need a 15 to 30 minute boost.
So he legit just be laying down. And by this time, because I have to pick up the boys and stuff in the afternoons because he works downtown. So his commute is like crazy. So like I'll get the kids and walk to home. He on like I already know. Like I call him. I know you're laying down. Okay, you can hear his voice. You know, I give him a kiss, but I can't kiss him too much because he was like, okay, man, that's enough now. That's enough now. Because then he be ready to go. So you know, I don't know. It's just weird. Like why he. I don't know.
Yeah, he seems like he is.
He's just unhappy. Maybe
He's
he just
super unhappy.
or they need to do a counseling. He need to talk to his wife or something. Like at least go to counseling to see what's going on. Like why you have those feelings because he's really, really like unhappy. And I understand life happens, but it's like and then your kid. What do you say the kids don't have? Oh no! Like I'm blessed to have my babies.
He
Like
said
I would.
children can be really annoying sometimes.
And the middle son up, he is annoying. My middle son annoys the whole house.
Yes.
Tata is so, and people don't even realize Tata is so annoying.
Yo, he said you will
But-
sometimes secretly regret even having them.
Yeah. Nope.
Gosh.
I'm sorry, I'm a mom, but I mean, it's a man, so how do you feel about him saying all that stuff about the children and stuff like
I
that?
mean, children, they can be a pain in your butt.
What you say the other day when that was cutting up
Ooh.
so bad with the grades and stuff? You told me I ain't gonna be. He was like, I'm not gonna be a parent for like.
I said, I don't want to be a parent no more.
Oh my God, don't say that.
I'm tired of being a parent.
Boy, you a hot boy with them grades, man.
But yeah, I think with this guy, I think you can't always speak for everybody in any subject, no matter what the topic is. You can't speak for anybody, but I can understand where he's coming from.
His frustration.
Yeah, his frustration and feeling this way. But I think no matter who you are in life, you got to make a choice to say, I'm not going to let situations impact me. Because that's been me for a long time, whereas I will let situations control my happiness. You can't let situations, you can't let obstacles, you can't let bad things control your happiness. You have control over your happiness and what you want to have in life. And so this guy hasn't taken that step to say, okay, I'm not going to let these things drag me down, because it is hard when you have multiple kids, you know, just having that one-on-one connection. Because I always say, like, when it's just us, hey, I give you 100% of my time. If we have one child, now I got to split it up. 50,
You
50.
did say that back in the day.
Got another
You said that,
child? Okay. 33, 33, 33. You keep having we got 4. All right. 25, 25, 25. So you losing that time with your spouse because you have to divvy it up to other places. And when you're dealing with kids, they can take more. So your spouse ends up
So you
getting
have to
less.
make sure, I guess that's when you say you have to make sure that you date. So
Yeah.
I did this thing with Lamont, we had to start over in 2020, but last year I told him, I said, even though like we are super busy, we have to, at least we'll take turns on a date night once a month.
Once a month.
So like I will pick 1 month and then he'll pick, 1 month. So we kind of alternate the months. It's like either something that, even if it's just going, and sometimes we'll call to work just to have a day together. Like, and we do that, which is fine. Like,
Right.
I need my mama call a mental health day to get together. I want a mental health day with my husband. I'm going to spend a day with my husband.
Right.
So, and sometimes he working from home. I come home real quick, my lunch break, do, you know what I'm saying? And then get my life together, go back to work. So, but I guess you have to be, it's the word I'm looking for. Like, you have to just make sure, like, you have to be consistent with, even though you're pulled so many different ways, like you have so many roles going on in life, because your career and being, a parent and everything, you have to make time for your spouse. You just have to kind of, even if it's, because I told him, like, we have to do that one day a month.
Right.
And so I have to kind of pick or try to figure out something like, what haven't we done before? Well, we may go out to eat or go to a movie. We have a babysitter if we just go out, so just to kind of, you just have to make that time. You have to make sure that you are dating your spouse. and make it consistent.
And sometimes you gotta schedule it. I mean, a lot of times people don't want to schedule things. Oh, we gonna do this one day, or we gonna do this. What we gonna go to this? We gonna do that. But sometimes you gotta schedule it out, put it in firm writing, so it's in her head, it's in your head.
And I have to keep reminding you.
On this day, we're gonna do that. That way, you know you're gonna get it done. Because if you don't ever do that, you're gonna keep waiting, and something's gonna always jump in that space of available time because you're not putting it out there concretely. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me see what else he said. It was a lot to unpack in this thing, man. I'm like, wow, buddy.
He went in.
I need to talk to him.
Well, where's his wife? Like, I wonder, like, where's his wife? Like, gosh, she gotta feel like, I wonder how she feels about their marriage.
He said you tend to be in a perpetual state of unhappiness, mixed with what feels like odd contentment. Which you can feel very content going through the same day-to-day mundane tasks, right? But it's really just fear of change of what your kids or parents or in-laws will think of divorce. But nobody likes to admit failure. I think that's true too. I mean,
because you feel you wanna, I guess, see how other people may think if this happens.
Like if you get divorced, it feels like a failure.
It does feel like a failure.
You're wondering how everybody's going to look at you, what they're going to say. So that's, I mean.
Yeah, I understand that part of it. Like if you do get a divorce, if you're to that point where you do have to divorce, because I think everything doesn't have, everything is so, excuse me. Nowadays, because I always feel like this, I think, for me, I grew up in a single parent household. Me and my friend just had this conversation last night, so I don't think.
Last night?
Yeah. Me and Bree was talking about this yesterday. Like where we both grew up with single moms, like strong mothers, strong personalities, strict mothers. He doesn't think my mom was strict, but growing up, my mom was really strict. Whereas Lamont has both of his parents, raising him. So we come from two different households. So I feel like our views on marriage could be differently, because my mom always says, like, you got to do, you can have your own, do this, and I think it's kind of like the compromise part too. Like, so if, I don't want to say divorce is frowned upon, but I think back in the day, people, like, if you look now and you see things, like, you see, like, all these older people, like, we've been married for 60 years, we've been married for 50 years, and I'm like, God, that is awesome. I always ask, like, what's the secret? What do you do? Like, how do you stay married that long? Like, what do you do? And, you always hear the men joke, like, keep the wife happy. It's, make sure the wife is happy. Happy wife, happy life, or
happy husband, we ain't fussing.
Right. So, like, you hear that, but then I think nowadays, like, people don't really take that marriage thing so serious. Some do, but a lot of people really don't. Like, they're not gonna work for it. They're not gonna work hard for it. It's like, oh, we can get a divorce. It's nothing. So you see these marriages lasting 30 days. You're not really getting to know the person. You're not working towards, like the main goal. What is your ultimate goal as a couple? Like, what are you trying to accomplish as a couple? Is whether y'all have the same goals, or y'all have the same, religious views as well. Because I think that plays a part in it also. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's so hard. Like, you're not like, you're trying to work for it, but then it's like, well, I can still do it. I can get a divorce. It's okay. But what is everybody else gonna think about this?
Exactly.
And I think nowadays people don't really. He may feel like, but people probably don't really care. Like, like, oh, okay, you got a divorce, fine. Like, keep it moving. I don't think people really take it.
But it's gonna be people
serious.
in your business. That's what'll happen.
Yeah,
you've been
like
married
your
for
circle.
13 years.
Yeah,
and then
that's
you
true.
get a divorce. Hey man, what happened?
Yeah, because you see, well, they married for 20 years. Why they divorced? Like, what happened? And it's like, you gotta think about it. People grow as well. They see different things. They have different life experiences. So it's like, it doesn't always work. But I think you should put in the effort to make it work. Like, I don't know. You just can't give up so easy.
Because people grow, and the thing is, you want to try to grow together.
Right.
If you don't grow together, then you'll grow apart. So that's actually the key. And my thing is, like, do you think you should get divorced if you're unhappy? That's all he's speaking about.
That's why it's like he's just unhappy.
Like, he's not talking about no infidelity.
My thing, right? If you're trying,
unhappy.
like, if you're trying to, but if you just plumb unhappy, then I think it's just
I don't
like,
think
at
he's
this
even
point,
trying.
Yeah, like,
they're just going through the motions.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think you should really. I mean, well, you're gonna be with somebody like that and you just miserable. Like, for what? Like, you're wasting her time. like, will you be happier apart? You know, your kids be happier because now your kids see the strain of the marriage. You're not gonna have happy children because they seeing mommy and daddy, you know, fussing or not even showing compassion towards each other. So like you're seeing this stuff, so it's like, why? I don't know. If he's that unhappy, and I just think he just gotta just walk away from it, just let it go, and just be honest with himself and be honest with his spouse. Like I think he need to have a conversation with his wife because how he's sounding, she probably had no clue.
Yeah.
She out here like, we good, and he's just smiling family photos. So she's probably thinking, oh, like we're fine, but then he's feeling some type of way. So
yeah, you got to have that open line of communication, have dialogue, because
have a mediator.
Say there's been times when you've been unhappy with me. There's times I've been unhappy with you, and a lot of times we get frustrated, and we'll get to that point, but then we have a conversation.
We have to talk. Like
we have to talk it about because if you never bring it up, then nobody will know.
Right.
Like, I know at times I tell you, like, well, I didn't know it meant that much to you. I didn't know it was an issue. And so you got to be able to have that conversation with your spouse. Are you going to be feeling like this guy? You know, there's going to be no change because nobody's attempting to make a change.
Trying, right.
You got to try. And I think he's fearful because he brought it up of the whole getting divorced. Getting a divorce is complicated because you have to separate the family. Who's going to have the house? Who's going to move here? Who's going to have the kids? So I believe that's what he's speaking about in more detail when it comes to the divorce, and then there's gonna be people in the ears talking, oh, did you know so and so they got a divorce? And
folk are nosy and they be talking
and
they gonna be people like to see misery love company, so when they see something bad happen, oh, they don't wonder what happened to him, and they've been together for so long, and and stuff like that. So I think a lot of times people, it's kind of hard. Like, what would they think? Like, oh my God, we about to have. But I mean, if it just doesn't work, like it just doesn't work. But you have to try to make it work. That's what I'm saying. You just can't give up on it.
Gotta try. Anything worthwhile, you gotta put some effort into it. So that was good. That was deep.
Yes. How many more minutes we got? Because we got time.
So what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep this around 35, 40 minutes at the most. Don't want to give you too much. Don't want to give you too little, but we think 35 to 40 minutes is good enough. So how much?
Are you gonna do any editing and stuff? Because I probably getting real crazy with my eyes are closed.
You are what you are, baby. So we got about that kind of went fast too.
It did. We were talking good, wasn't we, baby?
Yeah, we got maybe another 10 minutes. We can give them more or less.
What were we talking about? I probably had some.
I told you to have some topics.
Yeah.
You ain't got one.
I was there cooking. I was roasting my veggies. Hold on.
You see, I went to her. I said, "Hey, baby, I got 2 topics. Make sure you have 2 topics as well. That way we can get through it."
I was looking, but then Chunks was like,
"I want to hear about Chunks."
All that. Yes, I had a lot going on up there. Let's see. I was looking at something. One sec. I'm gonna find it.
See, now we don't look professional because we're unprepared.
It's okay. It's something on me. Oh, this is one I saw. What do you want our legacy as a couple to be? Because I saw that and I thought it was an awesome question. What do you feel like our legacy as a couple should be?
Oh gosh, our legacy as a couple.
As a couple. I thought, well, that's a deep bold question. I like that.
It's kind of I think in life.
Prepared, I got a good question. You don't know how to answer it.
No, because that's a big question.
Yes,
that's not a simple question to ask.
Complex.
But I think when I look at myself overall, I want to set a positive example in whatever I do, whether it's work, whether it's family, whether it's business. I want to set the right example. And a lot of people come up, they see, the pictures on Instagram or people may see your pictures at work, or you just talk to people maybe at the sporting events at the kids, and people are like, hey man, I love your family, man.
We see that all the time.
Your family is awesome, man. I love what you're doing. The kids got a clothing line, Handsome Clothing Company, check it out. But people just like, man, I love what you're doing, and I think a couple of my friends, whatever, that don't have kids, they joke around like, man, I want to be like you, man. I want to be like you, man. I see you with your kids with the videos, man. Hey, man, I want to be like you.
But you are such a proud daddy, though. Like, you're such a proud father. And you don't, I guess behind the scenes, you don't see, like, he pushes these kids, like, he pushes the boys. So I think as much as we know our kids' potential, right. So you kind of push them. I think, it's like, I guess a lot of our stuff is based around our children, like our kids, like what we want our kids to be like. We're raising like these kings, we're raising these grown, what do we have in grown black men in the society? So we have to put those, and I always tell everybody, I was blessed for Lamar to be my dad's kids, like, for real. I mean, to be my kid's dad, sorry. What? To be my kid's father, because he is awesome. Like, we know their potential, we know what they can do, so he pushes them and drills in them, like, okay, this is what it's gonna be, this is what you have to do to get here, like, what are your goals, what are you doing, like, what do you want to be, like, what do you want to accomplish? So I think you push them so much that people don't see the behind the scenes of how you just kind of parent, you know. I have a soft spot, so I don't enforce a lot to, like, as far as the grades in school and stuff, I'm that person, but when it comes to like the other stuff, like the sports, like the men's stuff, like I let Lamont handle that, because I know, like, he's a great man, so I know he puts that in our boy, so I'm super blessed.
Yeah, so I think so in general, just to have that legacy of greatness. We're raising, as parents, you know, we're raising strong boys, strong black men. Also just being a couple that loves each other, like showing people how to love, like Shamika and Jennifer. Man, I love y'all, man. I love when y'all love each other, man. And so just setting that example, man, it gives people hope, because you do see so many people getting divorced right now with the rate being so high, and you know, and again, we worked on it. This didn't happen overnight. We've had our own trials and tribulations, but you know, we put the work into it to make it good. So I think that's just our legacy, and we're still young at the end of the day.
Yeah, we are.
So there's a lot of things that we want to do.
And we're going to do.
We're working on some things from a business perspective, and people can look at us and like, oh man, they were able to do that. Wow, that's big.
From where we come from, like before, like everybody, oh, you know, like how they say, like, dang, like y'all have all this stuff, and I'm just like, y'all don't, because I guess we're most of like humble people. We don't really like. I'm not the type of person, like, I'm not gonna floss all my stuff out here, like, oh, you know, I have this, I have that. Like, I'm just not that type of person. That's not my personality. Like, I just be like more low key with my blessings, is what I call them.
Right.
I'm super blessed, but I'm more low key with my blessings. I will, you know, my friends are like, girl, you better go ahead, you know, but I'm just like, I'm more so reserved when it comes to like how I'm being blessed. In all areas of my life.
It could be gone.
Just like that.
So that's one thing. I stay humble. I don't brag or boast, because
no need
the same
to.
way God blessed me, He could take it away.
Because we were like legit, like for a while, we had a goal in mind when we wanted to buy, like when we first moved here to buy a house. I was telling you, I was like, we ate like sandwiches and oodles and noodles for like a month. Put some fruit up in there with the kids and stuff, but we didn't want to like waste the money. And Lamont was like, hey, we got to get this done. Like, we in a whole different state. You know, we're trying to get this house. We gotta. You know what? I
remember being like, it's probably one of my lowest points. Like when we was in Florida and we moved to
Georgia.
We moved to Georgia, and we stayed in Covington. We got that apartment for like 3 months. I just remember, because we had to use the rest of the little bit of money we had to get here with the U-Haul and moving everything, the down payment to get the actual apartment. We had a 2-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
And I just remember the boys being in Abel and Titus. We didn't even have beds. Like, they were sleeping on the mattresses on the floor. Remember that?
Yeah, because we had to get on some beds.
They didn't have any beds or anything. So that was kind of like, as a parent, that was like a low moment for me. Like, oh man, we gotta get out of this. We gotta do something. But people, like I said, people don't see that.
Don't see that part. Like, we really was like, I was like, yeah, we was like on struggle bus, like just trying to, you know, get it there. Because I wasn't working.
You wasn't working at all.
I was like, well, I gotta get me a job. I'm not about this stay at home life. Like, I'm not like a stay at home mom type of person. Like, I want to work. So, and I was really sad. Like, you remember that one day he was like, are you gonna get out of bed? I was like, I was like in the bed. I did not want to get out of bed. And he was like, what's wrong? I was like, I don't know. I was just super sad. I'm like, God, like, we gotta really like
bounce back.
Like, just trying to get the groceries and, you know, but people don't see that side. So where we are, like, this was how many years ago we been here? Like 9 years ago. About 9 years ago. Yeah, we moved to Georgia. So just on us, just kind of, we stay focused. Like, and Lamont's mom had told me this, and I always do it, and I'm gonna tell you, it works. Write down what you want. Like, you have to see it and make it plain. And then remember I was telling you, like, Lamont always say, write down everything. So I would write down everything, write. And I'll write down like, I want my husband to be making 6 figures. I'm sorry, business boy. I want my husband, like I want to, what I say, like we're gonna have a bigger house with this many bedrooms and this, like I wrote down what I wanted and how much we're gonna spend and what our goals are and what we're gonna do. And like you remember I showed you, I was like, Lamar, I wrote this down and look like as far as his career, like in my career, like I wrote everything down. I more so wrote a lot of stuff for my husband because I know he's the head of the household, so I know what he does is gonna fall on me. I'm gonna get this favor and these blessings because this is my husband. So I would write down a lot of stuff like my prayers for like what I want to see in my husband and what my husband to do and what I knew his goals were as well as as just a daddy and career wise. So I wrote this stuff down and like I was like, Lamont, look, like I wrote this down. He was like, you wrote that down? I'm like, yeah. So I will show you like, Lamont, I wrote this and look like this is actually happening.
True.
So you have to like pray on it and like write it. Just be specific and write down what you want. I mean, it may sound simple, but it works. It works. It works. And your mom told me that. Woo.
And she always told me that.
Years ago.
Write it down. You
write it down.
Write it down. You won't just write it down.
And I write it down. Everything I want and I want for my my family, I write it down. So.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Well, I think that's a good way to end it.
Yes. On a positive note.
On a positive note, talking about legacy.
Yes. Make it plain.
So again, everybody, we hope you enjoyed this.
Yes. I miss my friends.
To the format.
I miss my friends.
Hopefully.
When I gotta hit up next. I gotta see. So I'm gonna hit her up and see when next time they're coming because they came in busy, but we weren't thinking about podcasts.
They was here about 2 weeks
we were like
ago.
catching up, eating. We ate some fish and stuff. We was eating and stuff like that. So we was like, we foodies, so we was over here eating, being greedy. So we weren't even thinking about anything like this, trying to catch up. So when they come next time, we have to like try to just see.
Try to get something real quick in.
With Kevin tearing real fast with the baby. About to have the baby make a debut.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I think I had an email. Do I have an email created? Yep. So if you have any questions or you got some good topics you want us to talk about, the email address is simple: keepingtheknottied@gmail.com. Keepingtheknottied@gmail.com. Also, this will be on YouTube. So if you want to comment on YouTube or anything, we're gonna try to get this on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, all that kind of stuff like we did before. So we appreciate you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
And we're gonna try to do it again weekly. We're trying to drop every week. We think Friday, don't laugh. We're trying to do Friday as our release date.
He laughing because I'll be out here like, Lord, I got so much I need to be doing, but it's cool.
But we're gonna make it work.
We have to make it work.
Y'all gonna see our face every week, hear our voice every week. So we thank you for tuning in.
Yes, thank you.
And we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.